Hola, I'm back. Okay, so me and Tamika have decided we're gonna talk about what y'all been asking me to talk about, which is relationships, sex, trauma bonds, things like that. And oh my god, listen, y'all better not report my video, okay? Because me and my friend, we talk about everything. We just don't care. We talk about all of it, all of it. So be prepared. This is not a kid-friendly live. This is definitely, we're very blunt and we talk. Yeah, all right. No kids. No kids on this live. We talk about literally everything. We're very blunt. I was trying to give people kind of a warning in regards to how me and you talk when we get into it.
Blunt as fuck.
We blunt as fuck. So please, this is not for kids. This is not for anybody. This is we're very blunt in the way that we talk
Blunt
about
as
it.
fuck. And that's just how it go.
Period. So
You
that's just
don't like the
out.
bloodiness, dip up out. That's all you got to do is dip
Right.
up
Feel
out.
free to talk
Hello,
about, ask
hello.
anything, get in the comments, but we are very blunt. We talk about everything. And this is definitely not going to be a kid friendly live, okay? So, let's get
No.
into it. Let's talk about sex. All right?
Ooh, you
Let's
know
just
that's
go with that.
my favorite. What you mean?
Okay, period, kid. So,
But no, why we talking about sex?
let's talk about
Actually, listen. So I was just on the phone with Ashley,
oh shit.
and
Well,
I was
she
explaining.
need to be on this. This is her
She
birthday.
did, but I'm gonna let her have her birthday day, and she wanted to have her own self day. So
Hey.
not this time. I'm gonna have to bring her ass on next time. But I was on
And
the phone talking to her, and I was saying how I find it weird that we are so comfortable.
yeah, get your
Go
glass.
get your
Wait a minute, we had to get ours. Hold on.
Look,
Okay.
I got my wine, but no
Yes.
tequila. Okay, for y'all that was in my Valentine's Day live, listen. I I don't typically drink tequila, and I had
Okay.
3 shots of the Hornitos.
I didn't
So if
have
y'all
three
watch
shots of
all 2 hours
Hennessy and
of
I'm
that
working on
live,
number
y'all
four.
already know. I'm not gonna
So
even go into detail about how that went,
yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I was telling her how I found it weird that we are so comfortable with having sex, but we're not comfortable with being intimate. It's
That is
crazy as
so
hell to me.
crazy. It's so
Like,
crazy.
I think we got it backwards. I think
Yeah.
sex is so it's I don't want to say that it's more vulnerable than being intimate, but it's like I feel like men and women we have more confidence fucking
Yeah.
than we
Indeed.
have confidence in having companionship, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's weird how we think about it. Like, cause even me personally, no lie, I will fuck somebody in a heartbeat. If we fuck buddies, we not about to be intimate though. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying?
But
Like,
see, what up, Stewie? But see, like with me, I've only been able to you know who I fuck on the regular, like who my little sneaky link is, and he's the only one where it's like my whole objective of when we get together, I'm about to devour you, nigga. I'm about to take you down, and on the same tip. So it's like we connect on that level, but at the same time too, neither one of it. But we intimate at the same time too. We are intimate, but it's not like where I'm getting attached to him. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. As opposed to somebody I'm dating, and that's my boyfriend. It's like when we intimate, it's like you catching feelings, and it's like every time you fucking them, you catching more feelings, you get more intimate with them, you wanting them more, you loving them more, and all the other shit. But like with Shorty, it's like,
hello.
hello. It's like with Shorty, it's like, nah, nigga, you know what's up. Like, let's get to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Although we do girlfriend and boyfriend stuff, like go out of town, chill, and stuff like that, I don't have feelings for him the way I would somebody I'm dating. That's crazy. It's
it
like,
is.
it's so
I'm
crazy.
okay. So I have referenced this before, but in my 20s when I had broke up with my baby daddy, I was doing me or whatever.
Right.
I would not allow nobody to kiss me. We couldn't cuddle, none of that shit. I'm here to fuck. That's all I want to do. I'm
Right.
coming to do what I need, and I'm
Right.
out of here.
Right.
And I had to separate the two to keep from catching feelings.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say a decade later, because that's a little over a decade.
Yeah.
But a decade later, now that I'm not with Sean anymore, it's a little bit different. Now
Yeah.
I find it difficult. I find it difficult to. I want more of the intimacy than I do the sex, honestly. And because I want more of the intimacy, and the intimacy is what brings me feelings. The intimacy is what brings me feelings. I'm learning how to. I'm figuring this shit out. Okay, I'm trying to refigure it out. That's basically.
Somebody asked the question, and you see Laura, he like, if we fucking, ain't no feelings.
Yes, I agree. We fucking. We not about to hold hands, none of that shit.
None of that. None of that.
Do you consider being someone's girlfriend or boyfriend the goal in dating? If so, hold on, I gotta read the whole question. If so, where does getting to know them and forming a connection fall then?
For me, I'll say for me. Like for me, the goal for me, if I'm dating you, I initially go in with no expectations. Like I've learned that when I go into things with expectations, it is putting pressure on someone that doesn't even know that that's the pressure or that's the intention. You know what I mean? Like I go in with no expectations. Let's see how it goes, how it flows. Is like I don't go in like I want to marry this person right off the bat. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, I go in with no expectations. But if I'm consistently giving you my time, or I'm consistently investing my time, which is very limited for me, multiple times, obviously, I'm looking at you as a potential boyfriend. So I would have to say initially going into it, it's not that I'm going in with the expectations of like you being my girlfriend or my boyfriend. I'm going in with the expectations of let's see how it goes. Let's see how
And I'm the same way. So when I'm dating someone, I like to use the phrase, I'm looking for a vibe. And I think my definition is different from other people's definitions, and maybe it's not. But I'm going in, I'm looking for a vibe, because at the end of the day, sex is going to dwindle.
Exactly.
A lot of people are going to dwindle. And I have to be able to vibe with you ultimately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have a vibe already that's not sexual. And let me be clear. And that's another.
We can get into that because I had a situation.
I don't want to segue into that, but just to answer your question is, when I do date someone, the goal is not to be somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend, because let me just say this. I'm non-monogamous, right? So the goal is to get a vibe for me, because what I want out of my non-monogamous situation, everybody don't understand.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's just that. And I'm not even about to delve out deep into that conversation, but I'm just saying, like, that's not a goal for me to be someone's boyfriend or girlfriend. That is, I want to get a vibe and then let it develop into whatever it's going to develop into. Because having those expectations puts a burden on people. I'm gonna be honest. In my last situation, my most current situation, you already know that was kind of an expectation. It wasn't, but it was, and we treated it as such. Like, even though we wasn't together or nothing like that, but marriage was always a topic. Girlfriend became a topic, like. And it kind of weighed on me a little bit, and it was like, oh well.
Especially because I know from the beginning you said you don't want to be in a relationship. Like for me as a friend, I knew you didn't want to be in a relationship.
And that's the thing. But it was like, because the vibe was so strong with this individual, I didn't mind it. It's just not. It wasn't something that I wanted within the 6 months that we were dating.
Exactly. And that's like with me with. We'll go with Alana. Call him Alana. Like, I said from the get-go, like, his whole intention was to date me, like me, and he, you know, had a vibe with me. But I told him from the beginning, like, I'm not ready for a relationship with anybody. Like, it's not just you. I'm not ready for a relationship with anybody. And with him putting the effort to do everything that he did to win me, it's kind of like I felt kind of not guilted into a relationship, but it's like I knew he wanted that, and I felt bad that it's like I'm not at that point where I'm ready for a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel like right now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying that I'm not ready for a relationship,
Right.
but I'm looking for certain things. Case in point, let me just go back to that situation. Had I said okay and became a girlfriend, how that shit ended?
It went so bad. I
How
think
the
it would
fuck
have
did
been
that
so
have
bad.
ended?
I
The
think it
shit was
would have been.
already bad and we wasn't even together.
I
You
think it
understand
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying?
even. I think what you're going through now, had it been official, would have been even worse.
I agree, because then it would have been it would have been just the feelings would have been 2 times worse.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand when we say, like, hey, I'm really not ready for a relationship. It's not saying that I don't like you or I don't view you in that way, or the other person isn't worthy of that. I'm saying it because I'm not fucking ready for that shit. And I got shit that I'm dealing with that makes me not ready to be in a relationship, and I don't want to be in one right now. So why, if you're going into it knowing that the person is saying they're not ready for a relationship, why are you putting them in a position to feel away because they don't want to be? And it's like, it's not girls that just do, it's men that do that shit too.
Right.
Like, for me, it was my experience was with men doing it. And it's like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do? Like, it's a weird position because you genuinely do have feelings for this person. You fucking them, you fucking with them, like you're having sex with them or whatever. So you genuinely do care about them, but at the same time too, you're steady telling them, I'm not ready for that. And they
See, for me, so let me just tell you, in the last situation for me, I saw things in that individual that was like,
allure. Yes, they are for that, ready for that conversation. You see what I'm
they're
saying?
not. No, they not.
Yes,
No,
they
they
are.
not. No, they not. I'm just gonna say that. No, they not. Because let me tell you why. I have met so many people as soon as I say, well, I'm non-monogamous. The guy that I just met at the mall, I told him I was non-monogamous. He was like, what? I feel like you cheating on me. It's like, what?
I'm not saying that.
And
like,
I can't. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm still learning this part of me, right? I'm still learning about it. So for me to try to explain it so that they can get it, and all I can do is tell you that you don't understand it because that's not, your mind is not wrapped around it.
You 2019,
and that's okay.
2020 Chrissy right now, trying to figure it out. You 2019, 2020 Chrissy trying to figure it out.
I'm just trying. Look, all I can tell you right now is I want to be non-monogamous.
Exactly.
And it's either you down or you not.
Exactly.
And if you're not down, I have dated so many people. Case in point, white boy. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I dated, we weren't even really dating, but we were talking, and he didn't understand it either. And he wanted me to be his girlfriend. So it's like, but he didn't want to do it because I said I was non-monogamous. And then when I had the other recent situation, he got jealous. And it's like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Like, you're not giving me, like, I want you and just you vibes. Yet at the same time too, I'm telling you what I'm into. And
that part.
And it's like, what the fuck is the point? Like, ew, he annoys me. He annoys me because it's like, at the same time too, you know he's sleeping with somebody else. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You know he's free to do what he wanted to do.
That's the part that I didn't understand.
So
you can
like,
freely tell me about the other people that you sleep with.
And that seemed to be an issue with people. It seemed to be an issue when it's like, I'm blunt, I'm honest, I'm telling you, this is what I'm into, this is what I'm doing. Like, what is the problem? Even with Shorty, I told you what happened on Valentine's. Like,
Valentine's.
Yeah,
but
the weekend. Like,
okay, we're not gonna talk about that because, like I said, I saw what they saw, but it didn't matter to me.
We can get into it because, like, maybe, like, we can get into it because
okay. Like I told you earlier, like, being on the outside, y'all don't see what we saw. I saw it, but it didn't affect me because I'm not dating anyone at the table.
Right.
You
But
understand what I'm saying?
I'm not dating him either. Right. I'm not
You're
dating
not, but that was your date for the day. You
Right.
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all not dating, but
I know what you
you
mean.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see the connection that y'all have. I can see how someone on the outside can be like, that kind of don't sit right with me, or y'all seem like a way. I can see where somebody could say that. However, it doesn't affect me because I'm not fucking nobody.
Right.
Let me say that. I'm not fucking nobody at the table.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I think
now Shorty was kind of out of line because y'all just fucking.
We just fucking. Like,
but maybe for him it's a little bit more than that.
I think it's because when we're in our element and we're, you know, either it's just me and him and we're out and we're dating as far as like we do what couples do. Like we go out to dinner, go out of town, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We're sleeping with each other for, you know, multiple nights and stuff like that. So I think because during that time frame, it's like yeah, if somebody asks if that I'm your girl, I'm your girl. If somebody asks if that's my man, that's my man. It's kind of like it's a slippery slope. I don't think it's.
I was about to say.
I don't think it's
no,
feelings.
there are no boundaries.
Yeah,
because it shouldn't be like that.
Right, and I think that like having to kind of be around my best friend who happens to be a male, and then the situation with me, you, and you know him, and just everything. It was just an awkward situation. Even though he said he didn't feel awkward, it's like okay, nigga, whatever. But like he did mention the fact that he like, you know, so you fucking him, and I'm like no. And he like, I'm like, no, I'm not fucking him. Like, that's my best friend. Like, I would never do that. And he's like, where you going to? And I'm like, no, I'm not. He was like, you don't see what I saw at that table.
You don't
so
see it.
He straight told me, like, I'm going to tell you, if you end up fucking him, I'm going to fuck his girl. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, at the end of the day, why would you care?
And that's my whole point. It's like, why would you do it? I'm like, you couldn't pull her if you wanted to. He like, yeah, okay. But I knew he was saying it in kind of like nonchalant kind of way, but at the same time too, it's just kind of putting it out there in the air of like, yeah, because I told you what happened with me when TJ was driving me home from work the night before. Like he like, I'm like, yeah, my best friend. He like, your best friend who? And I'm like, my best friend TJ. He's driving us home. We in his truck. He like, oh, you mean a nigga you fucking? And I'm like, no, I mean my best friend did not want me driving in the rain 2 hours away to go to work. And he picked me up and drove me to work. He like, yeah.
Wait, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. So let's talk about let's talk about how opposite sexes are friends. And yet the people around them
so burnt out.
Seem to think that, and I think I talked about this in one of my other lives, but people, okay, let me just say, I don't care about having or my mate having friends from the opposite sex. Right. That doesn't bother me. Right? So ultimately what I think is that it comes from an insecurity point, and people really believe Steve Harvey. Look, I think I said that in one of my other lives too, like Steve Harvey. But people believe that you're not supposed to be friends with the opposite sex. It's almost like the same thing when people be like, if you married, you're not supposed to have single friends, which is the dumbest shit to me.
Ever.
So it's the same thing. Because you are a male means that you can't be friends with a female. Like,
right.
When you have a connection with somebody, right? Why does their sex matter in the situation? That's what bothers me, because I have had male friends that I've never had no type of sexual contact with, and I've had male friends that I've had sex with, and that's not something we do any fucking more.
Exactly.
So to be like, oh no, y'all can't be friends because somebody's gonna want to fuck the other person, that shit is retarded to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just retarded to me.
Like, and I think it's like it's retarded to me and you, or people that are our close friends, because we don't think that way. Like, I don't know, I think we rare. I think we a rare breed. A
I
rare,
agree because
like,
it goes back to the concept. Like, I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a famous gospel singer or something who said that I don't know. I just saw a headline that said that it's a gospel singer who don't allow her friends around her mate, and my whole thing is, my history where one of my sisters slept with my baby daddy.
yeah.
And I used to get questions all the time, like, I've left her in the house with Sean before.
Mm-hmm.
I've left her, like, it doesn't bother me. And people like, why would you do that? And you not worried? I said, the first thing I always say is, I do not babysit dick.
Ever.
I don't babysit dick. I don't have time. I have kids. I got to keep up with kids. I don't have time to be having to tell the man to drop his drawers, let me smell his penis, and trying to pay attention to what he doing. Because one thing's for certain is, if he want to fuck somebody or
something,
one of my friends, they gonna fucking figure it out with or without me watching. And if I'm watching, damn it, they gonna do it in front of my face.
Exactly.
So I'm not babysitting no dick, because like my mom always told me, whatever is done in the dark gonna come to light. And if I find out about it, then here we are.
Listen, and you knew that, that's been an issue with me, is that, like, guys take me not being that way as me being nonchalant and don't care. It's not that. It's just, why the fuck am I stressing myself out about something you're gonna do that eventually I will find out? I'm not about to babysit you. I'm not about to look through your phone. You did that to me, and you can do that to me all you want. That's up to you. That's your choice. That personally, that's not my thing. Like, not saying I don't get tempted not saying I don't get tempted to want to, like, dive into somebody's phone and see what they doing. But at the same time too, it's like, what the fuck for? You go looking for something, your ass gonna find it. I'll pass. When I'm supposed to know, I'll know.
There has been 2 incidents when I was with Sean. Once I accidentally looked at his phone.
Yeah.
And I saw some shit. And I saw a piece of some shit that wouldn't do nothing.
The bitch from the job. Is that who you're talking about, kitten?
You're not going to talk about the bitch from the job. That's
she almost got jumped.
That's a whole other motherfucking situation. No, his ex-wife had texted him something, but I had only saw her message to him. And it was an accidental text. But then it happened to me with my baby daddy. He had texted me something, but it was an accidental text. And Sean had ended up seeing it because I had let London use my phone. So, and it had turned into one thing, but then we had a whole conversation about it or whatever. But, like, that's what happens when you go through, and it's not like we were trying to look in each other's phone. It was literally like, I just so happened to see it.
Right.
But this is what happens when you look into someone's phone like that. Like, what the fuck are you looking for? Because then when you find
you're looking for your insecurities. You're looking for confirmation, but you also looking for an insecurity that you have. Like, right. And I don't mean an insecure like, oh, if you think your mate is doing something, you're automatically insecure. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you suspect a problem or that something is going on, I feel like you should at least give your person the benefit of the doubt and coming to them as an adult and communicating with them like, hey, like, something don't feel right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, after the fact, if they choose not to either address the situation or if they choose to bullshit you and you genuinely know something is going on, just go off of that. Like, just go off of that instead of just waiting to get the clear-cut evidence smacked in your face, destroy your heart, and then just, like, be in it and then eventually still be with the motherfucker. Like, I don't understand that concept. I'm not about to sit up there and hurt myself intentionally just to be with the person still. Like, it's crazy. Let me read some of these comments.
I'm reading them. I can't see them because my screen has got the question across it. So I can, and I don't have my glasses.
Let me lower the question. There we go. Okay, it says, I'm married with a few female friends and we never did anything. I don't care if the wife has guy friends. They just better not cross the line. I completely agree with that.
Agreed.
No clarity on communication. I guess meaning like sometimes people don't communicate well. Let me see. Yeah.
You doing good
Hello,
because
everyone that came in.
car.
Yeah.
Hi, my glasses in the car, and I'm
You
not going
good.
to you.
You
I'm
good. But
over
like
here.
no, I like what Alora's saying. I don't care if my wife has guy friends, they just better not cross the line. I completely agree with that. And that's coming from somebody who was told that the person that I suspected, like my long-term relationship was messing around with, ended up being the person that they was messing around with. But like at the same time too, when I found that his boy actually told me that information. Let's drop that tea. His boy
Oh,
actually told me. Yeah,
wait
his
a
boy actually
minute. This
yeah.
new thing.
Yeah, his boy actually ended up spilling the beans on that because it don't matter. But it didn't knock me off my feet or anything like that. It was just kind of like the situation was already dead and done and over with, and it was just
When
like I
that
don't
woman's
give a fuck.
intuition kicked in.
You said what?
The woman's intuition kicked in.
Yeah, woman's intuition kicked in, and I just was like, I don't give a fuck. Because what it was is he was going around telling people I had cheated on him because I had started dating people, not dating, but like talking to people and stuff like that. And this motherfucker went through my computer looking for something to make him feel okay about the fuck shit he was doing. And he ended up finding out that I was talking to people, but this is after we had broken up. He had been talking to this girl before we had broken up, and she was just a friend and all the other bullshit. But at that point, I just didn't even give a fuck. It just shows me what your character is, and it shows me what she might be going through. But it also shows me that I hope you are not putting her through the shit that you put me through, because I
Right.
don't want another woman, whether whoever it may be, to go through that shit. It don't even matter woman. I don't want another person to go through the bullshit that I went through. So hopefully,
Right.
whatever you should have did, that person should have did with me, they're doing with that person, and I wish them well. But yeah, like that whole going through people's phones and all this other bullshit, and stalking people, checking Facebook messengers and all this shit, I'm not that bitch. I'm just not. Like, no. When I
Let me
meet
tell y'all how I don't have the fucking energy. Let's talk about that shit. How do you have the energy to do this shit when you are a parent? You go to work, you might have other responsibilities. I don't know about y'all, but my ass be tired.
Exactly, and that's like with me too. Listen, when I was dating Bino, I don't even know if he on here. He probably not, but he might see this because he's been on Instagram lately. He can see it. When
Dino?
Yeah, Bino, like me and him was
Mhm.
in the longest relationship or situationship. I knew he had fucked somebody, and
Yes,
I kept
and
that
he
shit,
lied.
and he lied. But the whole time I'm just thinking, like, when this nigga really gonna just admit the truth? Like, I know, like, bro, I know. And at the time, I was still friends with Esco. So when he finally called me after Valentine's Day, because I didn't hear from him, he gave me some big long spiel about a bunch of bull.
Yes, I
And
remember.
I just hung up on him because it's like this nigga just fed me a whole bunch of bullshit. And then he ended up calling back, and I just said, like, why you gotta lie? I'm like, I know you fucked somebody. Like you don't have to play with me. You don't have to give me this spiel and all this bullshit. You can keep it 100 with me. Like, it's not that big a deal. Little did you know, I did fuck somebody else too. Like, after I found out, but I was like, you ain't gonna lie to me. Like, you ain't gonna lie
You
to me.
gotta
And he
kick
just
it.
kept it up. He just kept it up. Kind of find out, he says the bitch only sucked his dick, so he didn't fuck her. So him saying he didn't fuck nobody, he considers that as that he wasn't cheated. And I said, you're pathetic. If I let somebody eat my pussy, you wholeheartedly will feel a motherfucking way, bruh. So like, don't make it seem like because she just gave you head, which I think is bullshit, that it ain't no big deal. Like, bro, come on. The bigger issue is that you
I
lied to
don't
me.
know. If I get somebody head, I'm gonna forget that shit. It don't count.
It ain't it. You know what? I'm gonna need you to not agree with them. I'm gonna need you to not agree with that
It
motherfucker.
don't count. It don't count.
I'm gonna need you to not agree with that motherfucker.
I wake up the next day like that shit never happened.
Girl, bye. I ain't got time for it. Like,
No?
no,
Okay.
no, it's cheating. It's still
Sucking dick
cheating.
is cheating.
Hell yeah. Okay, so if somebody's husband or wife sucks dick or gets their dick sucked, is it cheating?
Are you talking about for me?
Yes.
No, because I'm non-monogamous.
Goddamn, I'm talking about previous people you were monogamous.
Okay, let me
Yes,
stop.
he really did. Yes, he really did. He totally was off that tip. Like, oh, it wasn't that. But when he found out I was fucking, oh boy, Crazy Taurus, that nigga was in his feelings.
First of all, you are giving me new nicknames that I don't know.
Taurus
Who the hell is
is
this?
a.
Okay, you gotta say
I don't want to because I be thinking they be
Blondie.
looking at
Can
my
we call
shit.
him Blondie?
No, we're not gonna call him Bonnie. Let's call him. We're gonna call him Taurus because
Okay,
I
that's fine. I just didn't
Taurus.
know who we was referring to. The
Yeah.
fact that we got nicknames for everybody.
I got code words and everything. Code words and everything. But no, yeah. People are crazy. But like relationships right now for me are no go. No go. I'm a stick with just my journey through my shadow work, my journey through healing, my journey through trying to get wealthy, my journey through creating generational wealth. I right now am not fit for a relationship with anybody that is not who I'm supposed to be with. Like if you're not who I'm supposed to be growing old with, who I'm supposed to be building with, who I'm supposed to be making millions and billions with, I can't give you that. Like I don't have time for that. Now, if you end up being the person that I am and that God sent to me, cool, bet, let's go through this journey. And I'll know you're that person because you'll still be here and I'll still be there for you. But anybody else, I don't have time or the patience to give them my energy. Like it's too much, man. Like my
For
energy
me,
is perfect.
I think for me, I am I'm burnt out on people being selfish, and I think we said this earlier when me and you was
Yes.
just talking, but I'm
Yes.
burnt out on the selfishness of people and not and them not taking you into consideration, and I run into that a lot.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for me because what happens is that I become it changes who I am as a person, and
Yes.
I don't like that.
You
I don't
told
want to
me
be.
that too
Yeah,
about me.
it changes me. I like this last situation. That shit.
Was team too much?
When it first happened, I literally said like dating is not for me. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to date nobody because I spent every fucking day with this person
Yes.
at their house, spending time on the phone all day. Like I spent a lot of my energy with this individual. Now, like I told that individual personally,
No.
maybe the whole purpose of you being in my life was because I was about to enter into a fucked up ass storm and I couldn't do it by myself.
Exactly.
And that's all I can
That's all I
that's
got.
that I can come up with because the way this shit happened is just fucking retarded.
It was
Like
retarded.
the way it ended really was retarded. And it's retarded from my perspective, but from their perspective it makes sense and that's fine. That's you. But ultimately I'm looking at it from a perspective of I just spent 6 months with an individual who just shut the door.
Yeah.
Like I can't do this anymore. Goodbye, and just shut the door on me.
Yeah.
Like
That was hurtful
that shit
even
is
to watch.
devastating. You understand what I'm saying? So to even try to talk about dating someone and then that's just one person. We're not even talking about the other people that I've dated in the last year who constantly do shit like make promises or um ghost me, constantly ghost me, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or the ghosting shit is baffles me. That shit baffles the
It's
fuck
just
out of me.
toxic. It's just somebody like let me explain ghosting because my tarot reader, she kind of explained it to me. She explained to everybody in her class because she spoke on literally the honest situation. It was crazy. Her reading was 100% that situation. The ghosting situation is someone trying to get control and be like, nah, 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 like you trying to talk to me and I'm not trying to talk to you. So I got the upper hand. So I got control and shit like that. But it's like at the same time too, do you not realize what type of karma and energy you're welcoming in to come to yourself by doing that to somebody? By doing it not to somebody that's a piece of shit, but somebody that genuinely cares about you. Like, that's not cool. Like, that is some toxic shit that is gonna happen that you're asking to come.
This is what's funny about the one person who ghosts me all the time.
We talking about white boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What he tells me, like when we actually like talk again, what he tells me is, and I know me talking to him is a problem. Y'all ain't gotta make comments, but I know that. But when we talk again, he literally says, "You know how I feel about you."
And it's such a generic bullshit ass comment.
But see, it's just like, yeah, I know, but your actions, they don't equal. Like,
it's not that. It's not what he's saying. Like, that's the thing that I realize with people is that their actions really speak to who they really are and who they really think of you. Like, their words mean bullshit. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Like, their words truly mean shit.
That's why
is what really dictates who they really are to you. Like, what they really think of you.
That's why when I talked to Mr. Anderson and I found out how he actually felt, and I just had to be honest and tell him, like, I got 4 other motherfuckers telling me that they love me.
Period.
What the fuck you're saying to me? You can't tell me I love you and then expect me to just be like, oh, okay, wonderful. Like, it don't work like that, because I got 4 other people telling me the same shit.
Yeah.
And none of these motherfuckers are doing what the fuck they are supposed to now. He doesn't like it when I group him with other people. And I get that. But at the same time, too, you're also you're not standing outside of the crowd.
You're not standing out.
I don't have nothing to do but to group you with these other people, because you're not really doing too much, nothing to stand out. Like, you do a little bit more than everybody else, but not for real.
Right.
So I have to be able to let you know, like, yeah, great, okay, you love me, great. Now that you tell me, after I was already about to say, you know what, I'm done with this situation, but okay, now what?
Right.
Now what you gonna do? You love me. Yeah. Now what?
Now what? And it's like, for me, the last situation with Honest, it was like, I got that. Like, I got the whole, he just booked a flight and pulled up and had a hotel and just like wonderful weekend, 5 days of just eating, wine and dining and meeting his family, he meeting my people. And I had all of that to end up with a person who, after me telling them, I'm trying to understand you and what you are, because you're clearly giving me a different type of personality than what you gave me to get. I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to be your emotional support. But you're not really giving me shit to work with that benefits me in regards to standing. You giving me shit that's pushing me away, my nigga.
But can I tell you what you tell me? First of all, 2 things that you tell me all the time. One is, you get me and you don't know what to do with me.
That part.
Okay. 2 is, you already told me what happened with him. Y'all fucked.
That part.
And that changes everything.
Everything. And it like literally changed. It literally took everything from, I'll say, things with him was already at a 8. Like, I could tell he was emotionally attached to me. I'll say a 7. After that weekend and after we had sex, like, when I say shit went up to a 15, like not even a 10, shit like emotionally went up to a 15. I'm talking about, like, why is you talking to your best friend and not talking to me? I want to fall asleep on the phone with you every night. I need you to text me every morning. I'm getting 8-page texts from him. I'm getting
overwhelming.
It was totally overwhelming. And also on top of it, it was triggering me because even from the get-go, I told him, I'm not trying to compare you to my ex, but you are completely reminding me of
Yeah,
Zach.
he did. He gave me eerie feelings.
Like it was eerie. You saw it. It was
Yes, them
eerie to
text
me.
messages, them videos, he gave me eerie feelings.
It was like I
Like,
was dating
I used
Zach
to have to look at his picture. Like when you would send me information, like stuff,
to make sure
I
it
would
wasn't
have to
Isaiah.
look. Yes, I would have to look at his picture twice to make sure that it wasn't him because that shit was
It
eerie as
was
fuck.
creepy as hell, wasn't it? And it's like I told him I told him a couple of times because he was saying and doing shit that reminded me so much of Zay that I had to tell him. I said, if you a motherfucking op, I'm telling you right now, I'm sending the apes to beat your ass. Like if you're here because you either
Don't
related to this nigga or you know him or what?
don't
I'm
send the
telling
eight.
you right now, I'm sending them niggas to fuck you up because like they don't know each other, but it was so similar that was tripping me out, and
That is very similar.
it was so similar, and you was there for both situations, and like I told you, I realized that my manifesting capabilities are so strong that I
Heavy.
manifested him. And you were there when I manifested Isaiah because you knew I was coming out of the Carrie situation.
Heavy.
And I
Heavy.
said what I wanted, and I got that. And when I got it, it was crazy.
That's why I do not ask for shit anymore.
Yeah,
Because I know for a fucking fact that my words have power. I
they
don't.
do.
I'm off. Let's see what your vibe is like,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna just go with that
he was
because
completely insecure and possessive as fuck. Totally.
my last situation was a manifestation.
Yes.
Want me to tell you how?
What did you listen?
I literally said, this is what I said. For years, I don't know if you remember this, but since the
I was in there. Yes, I remember.
But no, what I'm saying is, this is what I used to say. I want a friend that's gonna be like my best friend, but that I can fuck sometimes.
Yep.
Do you remember me saying that all the time?
A couple of times.
And that's exactly what the fuck I got, right?
What you got?
That's why I don't speak that shit no more because I know that my words have power.
That's why I go into things with no expectations because I realize a lot of shit I manifest. And I told you, like, Isaiah was heavy sexually on my brain for like a month before I met Honest. Like that entire month, I cannot get this nigga out of my energy sexual wise. And he was tripping me the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, is it because I'm back at work? I started seeing people that look like him. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this nigga is in a totally different state and relationship and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't talk. I don't check his page. None of that shit. Why is he so heavy in my energy sexual wise? And what ended up happening is me trying to ream him out ended up reaming somebody who is just like him in. Like, it was the craziest shit I have ever experienced. That's when I realized I manifest a lot of shit. And I have got to learn how to control it.
I'm going to say you deal with the same type of guys, too. Because guess who is similar?
Don't say it.
You might not agree, but the cop and Carrie are similar.
They are. Ew, you tell me the similarities that you see.
Atlas.
Damn it. Could you imagine them two on a live with me and you?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I've never met Carrie.
Oh,
but no, ma'am.
He'll leave an impression. Kidding. Caboose.
Oh, I don't even want to do it.
No. Could you imagine, like, I would just shrink. I literally would shrink. Like, I cannot. Like, me and Carrie have an amazing chemistry communication wise, but I cannot imagine me, him, you, and the cop all having a conversation.
Girl, I can't imagine me, you, and the cop having a conversation.
I can't imagine that shit either because, like,
he wouldn't be so bad because he wouldn't see me as a threat.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's that we all have evolved into something else compared to what we was doing, you know, a year or two ago. Like, we're all different. And me and him are in a different space because instead of it being necessarily him, deciding what we do. I'm more so decided what we are and aren't going to do for myself.
Right.
And it's just different. But like even with the cop, I still get like extremely flustered and butterflies when I talk to him, when I see him.
You know, it's a couple of people that I get like that too. Like no matter, I'm not gonna tell you who, but no matter when I'm around this person, they make me nervous. It's two people that do this to me.
Can I take a guess?
No.
I'm gonna text you later and say who I think it is.
No. You can say it in the live. It's only 3 people in here.
Is it not? Is it that person?
It is that person, and then it's somebody else.
And then the other person, I'm just gonna look at you because I think the other person is here.
Yep.
Yo, I knew it.
Them the only 2 people that do that to me. Like,
I know, and it's crazy.
It don't matter how many times I talk to them. It don't matter. Like, they always make me nervous. It's the weirdest shit.
It's a weird.
I don't know what does that mean.
I don't know. Ask him. He's here.
You ain't shit.
I know.
You ain't shit.
I had to release my energy.
No more Hennessy for you.
My bad.
No more fucking Hennessy for you, dog. You ain't shit. What kind of friend are you?
I'm sorry. Anywho's, so no more Hennessy. So
yep,
like, yes, I apologize, but do I? Like,
do you what? Apologize?
Are we living in our truth? Like, I don't know.
Girl, I ain't got no choice but to live in my fucking truth, because who got time to lie?
Right.
Who got that kind of energy to lie? I never understood that. I got a sister who used to lie all the time, and I just don't understand.
Right. So he asked you.
So why would I get nervous around him? I don't know. I don't know. It's like, okay, let me explain. I don't even know if I can explain it. Like, if I'm texting these 2 individuals, I'm fine. But like, if they come close in my space,
yes,
I get fucking nervous. Like, I don't want to say nothing wrong. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to sound crazy. It's almost like I can't be myself, but I don't have a choice but to be myself.
Exactly.
So then I don't want to look goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
And it's honestly, it's kind of stupid if you think about it, because both of these people I've been knowing for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they've seen me in weird situations. Right. If that makes sense. Like, you see me be goofy. You see me upset and not at my best, I guess. Let me say that. So for me to even...
Okay, let me...
What? Wait. Hello to the new people.
No, I'm just blocking that guy because I ain't got time for it.
You know...
That's a spam.
Wait. What? What? Her? No, you right. Okay, wait. Am I reading it wrong? Because I am drinking wine.
But but her, no, you right.
No, but you know you right. What does that mean?
Right, yeah. Like,
what you mean?
Why do you think she gets nervous when she's around these 2 people? How about you comment that?
You do that. See, now you didn't won your point back.
There we go.
Because I was about to take your best friend call.
There we go. So comment why you think she gets nervous around these people. I'll say for me, the only person I'm like that with is the cop. And he knows that. And I have no clue why he makes
Okay, for you, is it because you want this individual to a certain... Okay, wait. Let me take this photo reference. It's making me look odd. Is it because you want this individual like in a particular manner? Like,
yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's because this person, to a certain extent, was my forever. Like, it was my encompass of what I wanted in a man.
Right.
And it was the first person that made me feel safe. Like, it was the first person that made me feel like secure. And like, I felt like they were above me. It wasn't me elevating someone else. It was somebody that could elevate me. So I get nervous every time still when I'm around this person. It has only been 2 times where I was not nervous. And one of them was when we first had sex and I fucked the shit out of him. Like,
and that's what I was about to say. So this is the problem. Okay, so for one of them, so one of the people, for me, one of the people I've never had sex with, the other person I have had sex with,
yeah,
and I get nervous when we're about to be intimate.
agreed.
With the other person, I get nervous when we have a close encounter, but I think, I don't know, I guess I kind of view it as intimacy still.
I agree. I can see that, because like for me, when me and the cop are just talking or like interacting like face to face or even on FaceTime or like in the car or something like that, I cannot look this man in the eyes without like feeling myself turn red or feeling myself like.
Don't you feel it's the awkwardest thing?
It's the awkwardest thing. But that one time after we didn't talk for a long time and I ended up like going over there and like I took my time with him. Sexual wise was the only time where I was completely in control, and I just
see, that's because you went over there with a plan.
I went over there and I executed the plan perfectly.
And you were probably drinking.
Perfectly. I wasn't even drinking. You know, it was right after, I'll never forget, it was right after work, and he's like, I cannot sleep. Like, come, if I ask you, will you come sleep, spend the night with me? And I'm like, why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? We really haven't had the time to have one-on-one intimate time like that. And that was the first time, like, I literally just devoured him. And it was the first time where I had been completely in control. And it's like, for me, sexual wise and in the bedroom is where it's like I unfold. You know what I mean? And
so someone wants to know if you have, does the cop know that you make him nervous?
Does the cop know that I make him nervous?
Yes.
Yes, he says
okay.
It must be somebody commenting on your live because I can't see those.
Yes. Allure asked, have you told him? I don't know who he's talking to. So the person that I slept with knows actually I make him nervous too.
Yeah.
So it's just some shit between some energy, some weird ass energy between us. And it could be, I'm gonna be honest, it just could be our unique situation.
It could definitely be that. I think that definitely plays a role, but I don't think it'll play a role much longer, being honest.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, that was first. Yes, he does know I make him nervous. He very much knows I make him nervous. He like, you can't even look me in the eye. He's like, I feel like you're rejecting me when you don't look me in the eye. Yet I see you're capable of looking everybody else in the eye. But it's like with the cop, he doesn't. I don't know. It's just he is the only person that makes me nervous. Like even with like Shorty, he is one of the few people like sexual wise where I am just completely free. Like I have no control. Like anyway,
like I'm aware.
Yes.
For the other person that makes me nervous, I don't know if that person knows. Well, they knew now.
They know now. Yeah.
Thanks, Christina.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You never know what might happen or what it might. I don't care. I'm just listen.
That's the point of the live, right?
Okay. Period. We
you
all
never know.
We all living in our truth. Ain't no more hiding feelings. Ain't no more pretending. Who the fuck did I carry? Like, he called me at work and I just broke down everything, you know, in regards to me and him. And he's like, I have never heard you talk like this and be dishonest. It's like, because I have absolutely no time to bullshit people or to pretend like shit is one way or another or hide my feelings. I don't care. Like, you gonna get this work. Like, you gonna get this, because if it's affecting me or making me feel a way, like I feel as if like I'm pretending if I'm not being honest. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to pretend with nobody.
That's like what I did with Romulus.
Absolutely.
Like, And I felt slightly bad because he really got the butt of what I felt for everybody in that moment. But it was meant for him.
It
It
was
was
meant for
just like
him, but he
all the
deserved
energy
it.
wasn't meant for him.
Listen, it wasn't,
But
it was.
I meant what I said.
Yeah.
Like,
And you shouldn't feel sorry for it or feel away about it, because guess what? He was dicking around and he was bullshitting you. And it's like, no, I feel like bullshitting is disrespecting somebody because you're disrespecting my time. Then on top of it, you know my situation, you know what I'm going through, and you're steady playing with my feelings or playing with me just for your own needs or wants. Disrespect. I ain't got time for it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I ain't fucking with it. Like, I feel like anybody that's sitting up there trying to pretend with a person or use someone for energy wise, sex wise, money wise, whatever it may be that somebody is trying to get out of somebody else, I feel like it's disrespect. Like, so
I really go into situations and I want to make that individual a better person. Like when I have these mates in my mind, I'm here to make you better.
yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like that be the case for everybody when
It
they get
ain't. Based on what people do and how people treat us or have treated us in the past, it's not. They don't have the same intentions that we do.
Now I will say with this last situation, that might have been the intention at one point in time,
Yeah.
but that wasn't the intention at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that individual, quote unquote, chose themselves.
So why did Honest do this? Is that what you think Honest did with me? He chose himself? Or what the fuck was that situation?
Honest is in his feelings.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I just don't understand it. Because you saw what the last thing I said to him was, right? It wasn't.
I think that he is in his feelings, but you know, he deals with the mental health issue that is unchecked.
That part.
Like, I'm telling you, him and Taurus, they remind me of Sean a lot. You know what I'm saying? They remind me of Sean a lot.
Yeah.
And knowing how that is, like, you see how Sean is with me right now.
Yeah.
He literally puts me out.
Yeah.
Like, to a certain extent.
And it's out of pain.
Yeah. It could be, but it's also because he's Sean.
Right. No, I'm saying it's out of the fact that he can no longer do to you what he was doing before.
No,
and
he can't.
It does
piss him off because he say he makes comments, and I shut the comments down all the time.
Right.
Like, I shut the comments down, and then he gets frustrated or whatever, and then he carry on. The most interesting part about it is how I feel behind his comments, right, because they don't affect me the way they used to.
Right.
But I realize that he will never change, and it's nothing that I could have done in the last decade to change how he is or who he is, because that change has to come from within. And I really tried to explain that to him when I asked for the separation, because I wanted him to understand that it wasn't that I was trying to walk away from. Like, he told me once, back like in the spring or summertime, like, you know, I really felt like when you was going through anxiety that I was there for you. And I was there for you each time you had an anxiety attack. But now, like, you're not there for me, and you just got your husband walking around these streets dealing with his mental health issues.
Says nigga to the woman where multiple times you have tried to help this man in every facet of a problem that he has had, from his relationship with his children, from his relationship with the wife, from the job situation, the no license situation, to the addiction habits, to the mental illness situations, to the just being the middle person between the drama that he causes within his entire life in every aspect with any relationship.
I explained to him, I said,
that shit.
Your mental health issue is not my problem.
It is not.
Just like my mental health issue is not your problem.
Right.
That's your demon to deal with, not mine.
Yeah.
And I did tell him, I said, I spent a decade trying to help you through your mental health issue. And if right now you feel like I'm just leaving you out to the streets dealing with your mental health issue, maybe you need to go get some help.
Yeah.
I tried to be there for you. I couldn't do it anymore by myself. I can't just be the team by myself.
You can't. You can't help
I can
somebody
be
that
a
don't want to help
support
themselves.
system, but I cannot be the team alone. It was just me dealing with you and your mental health issue. And it was me and the drug and the alcohol.
That part. That part.
Not no therapist, not no nothing. You wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You might have been going to talk to a friend or two, but that was it. It was nothing. Like, I couldn't do it alone anymore. And that's why I asked for the separation to begin with. But he don't understand that. Like, still to this day, he thinks that I asked for a separation for a whole totally different reason. But the basis of me asking for that separation because I really wanted him to go get help, because I knew that if he wouldn't got help, that would have helped our marriage.
Yeah. And I think that I don't think he really understands that and never will, because Sean is a victim. Like, he is a person who he is always the victim and never the perpetrator. And that is just who he will always be. That is just who he will be for the rest of his days. And it's sad, but it's like, that's his sadness. You know what I'm saying? That's what he chooses to be. He wants to be the victim. He wants to be the world was always against him. His background, his childhood, everything, his failed relationships, his failed relationships with his children, with his wives. He's just always the victim, and that is just not the way life is. Like, you have to take ownership of your own shit. You legit had a wife and a woman who would have done anything for you, and you chose to mentally and emotionally abuse her and use her, and you're still trying to do that. It's just that she don't give a fuck at this point no more, and you can't get past the fact that she chose herself as over dealing with your bullshit. Like, it's like, he will never be okay. What he is exactly what he will be.
When he was over here the other day, he was like, "Do you mind if I sleep on your couch?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't mind, but like, you really are invading my space, my privacy, my alone time, my me time. So you're a little bit invasive," which in itself is interesting because you're always invasive.
Always. And it's like, he doesn't get that because he always wants it to be about him and what he wants. And previously, everything was about him, except for certain spurts where it's about Tamika. But most of the time, it was about Sean. If you really look back on it, it was about pacifying Sean, babying Sean. Like, that shit is that's not how it's supposed to be. And
I think with that situation, and then the other interesting situations that I've had over the year, my tolerance is so minimal.
Yeah,
it is very minimal.
Yeah, my tolerance is definitely low. I ain't got time for no bullshit. I don't have time for nobody who don't know who they are. I don't have time for nobody that doesn't want to evolve as a person. I don't have time for somebody that wants me to teach them or mother them because they didn't get that as a child or at some point. I don't have time for somebody that doesn't want to heal themselves. And I damn sure don't have time to teach somebody how to fuck me. Like, I cannot.
I'm okay, I'm not gonna comment on that last part because
no, you can't, because my thing is it's not about like evolving and getting to learn who you are with your partner. It's just that, like, if you're not willing to be sexually free, then what the fuck is we doing? Like, I can't be with you. I can't.
Right.
That's what I mean by
that part. If you're not willing to be open to sexual experiences, then what the fuck are we doing? Now, I will say that I can't mess with you either.
Yeah.
And let me just be clear, because people like to say, when you say sexually free, a lot of people want to go
like
into
some
sex,
corny, like, gay shit. I'm not talking about that kind of shit. I'm talking about, like, I'm talking about if you're not willing to learn, if you want me to do, first off, let's get into it. Okay. I know what my skills are and I know what my weaknesses are. Okay. I'm willing to learn when it comes to certain things, but certain things I'm pretty sure I'm a goddamn expert on. Yeah.
I know what my
Okay.
skills are. God
That
damn
part.
it.
I know my strengths and weaknesses when it comes to sex wise. Let's just go there. But my thing is too, just like dog, you see this?
What's that, Chip?
That was my sign that fell. First off, whatever spirit is in here, get the fuck on unless you bring me money. I ain't got time for it.
Listen,
But
I be in this house all the time, and I can't say that because I don't know which spirit it is.
okay, that part. But no,
But
like what I'm saying is that if you're not willing to, I know I was about to tell the truth. That's why I try to stop me. If you're not willing to learn me, but you want me to learn you and learn what you into and stuff like that, I don't have time for that. Like, if you're not willing to understand what my body likes, what I'm into, and like what I like and don't like, yet you want me to do things a certain way for you, my nigga, it is never gonna work. Because I know what you about to get. I know what I'm giving. And if I'm not gonna get what makes me happy, I don't have time for it.
That's one of the reasons why I stayed celibate for so long, because I just felt like my sexual energy is really, really high.
Yes. I think both of ours yeah.
And you're not deserving of that. Like, everybody is not deserving of that.
No.
The couple of people that I did fuck with after my the little couple of people that I have fucked with after my my hiatus, my intercourse hiatus, like,
no,
those incidents were actually one-time incidents except for one.
Yeah.
And so
me, it's just one person that I know. Every time I link with them, it's perfect. Like, it's perfect. Yet I don't, shorty, it's like I don't catch feelings.
Let's talk about how unperfect my shit is.
Let's get into it.
Let's talk about how
perfect is the sex. God damn it. Let me take
a shot. Listen, it's not that the sex is not perfect, because it's good. Right?
Yeah.
And this individual is open to being open, which I'm cool with. But there is no oral. He doesn't do oral. And I have yet to have an orgasm.
I cannot.
So between me not having an orgasm and me actually denying myself an orgasm, because that happens also.
That does happen too. Yep.
And not get, I at least would like some head.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna force nobody to do something they don't want to do, because that's not what we do around here.
Right.
But it's just the simple fact of the matter, like, I'm over here for
what gets you into it, you're not totally getting it.
But it's like honestly, I think I said this in one of my other lives before. I enjoyed the foreplay part of it, like the intimacy part of it. Yeah. I enjoyed that part of it more so than anything. Sex is just like, sure, we can have sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some days I be needing a whole orgasm.
Yeah. See, like
I want the mental stimulation, and then I want the sexual stimulation too. And I honestly can't say that even, okay, let me just be full on honest. I was abstinent for 11 months. So let me just be clear. My abstinence was abstaining from intercourse. Okay, I did this for 11 months. After my 11 months, I had sex with 3 different men.
Yes.
I haven't came from no penis, not one time.
I can't deal with it.
So I'm aware that, now mind you, well, I'm aware that for me, intercourse takes a minute. Like, it takes a minute for me to orgasm during intercourse.
Yeah.
But then what am I comparing it to? Because in reality, I've only really had one penis who has ever made me come before, right? During intercourse. Well, maybe two.
Two for me.
So usually I'm better with orgasming through oral.
Right.
So not coming through intercourse is not like a really big deal for me, but because I have not done it in these months,
it's a big deal.
It's becoming a big deal.
Yeah. I think, like, okay, can we talk about the like bisexuality and stuff like that?
My bisexuality?
Yeah.
We can talk about
shit.
it.
Who else would it be? Okay.
What was you saying?
I didn't know if you want to talk about that. Like, do you feel as if, like, because it's not hard for you to, but you just don't necessarily don't with men, except for one or two, do you feel like that's what brings on what you like even more with being with a woman?
Oh, no. I like being with women because women are so fucking attractive to me. Like, they're soft, they're pretty, they're soft, like they're sensual. Like, my attraction to women does not have anything to necessarily do with sex. Like, I really find women attractive.
Right. Yeah. And
so,
see, like with me, with my experience with that, it was just more so like for me, I could look at a woman, I was just like, she's so pretty, like, you know what I'm saying, and not want to sleep with them or anything like that. But it's like, oh my gosh, she is really pretty, like she is really pretty and stuff like that. But I think it's different for the person that is a lesbian or bisexual, because they look at her. I wonder, like, do y'all look at women and be like, yeah, you pretty, but like, man, I fuck the shit out of you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I most definitely look at women like, man, I will fuck the shit out of you. So, most definitely. Like, no lie, stop, Atlas. When people ask me if a woman is attractive, I judge. This is probably terrible, but I judge, like, will I fuck her?
Right.
And, like, yeah. Like, will I fuck her? Yeah, she pretty then. Like, that's probably terrible that I do that.
No, it's normal.
But, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. But my attraction to women is really more or less because I like being with a woman. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a different I can't really explain it, but it's a different feeling being with a woman than it is with a man. I
have to agree. Like, I understand what you mean.
It's like, I don't know. I can't explain the shit, but it's different.
It is different. Like, I definitely understand. I think, like, with me, like, back to the orgasming with men and things like that, like, it's only been, you know, the main one that did it for me. And, like, it was another one. But, like, for me, the other time was a woman. So it's like, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like a catch-22, because, like, yeah, I definitely enjoyed that aspect of, you know, interacting with a woman. But, like, for me, the overriding feeling is I love men. Like, I just think they're absolutely beautiful. Like, I look at them and I'm just like, I fucking...
Men are delicious. No lie.
Are.
So I'm going to be honest. Like, with me, my attraction to the different sexes it's not men. I'm more attracted to men than women, but I deal with men more than women. Let me say that. I can't say that I'm more attracted to one sex or the other, because it's really 50-50.
Right.
But I, like, relationship wise, like, I will go for being with the man versus being with the woman.
Right.
But like I tried to explain in my last situation, it's mainly because that's all I know.
Exactly. And
that's
for you.
That's where I'm comfortable the most. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this other shit is kind of new.
Yeah.
So
And then I think also a part of why I hated the way this last situation with this person ended is because it was kind of the first situation to me as a friend on the outside looking in, the first situation that I considered like a relationship with someone of the same sex. And it's like, damn, I don't want that to be what her experience of having that to is, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have totally seen you having that, but also still being with a man. I don't see you just completely being without a man or without a woman.
most definitely cannot.
Like
And that's
ever.
the thing with me being like monogamous,
Yes.
that I have to explain to people that when people tell me that they don't understand, it's like I have to explain it by way of me telling them that I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
Which that's only really a piece of it, but that's the easiest way for me to get them to understand.
Exactly.
But how I break it down is like I'm bisexual. So whoever my primary partner is gonna have to understand that I will always desire to be
With the
with the
opposite.
opposite person.
Right.
And in addition to that, understanding that I was spoiled in my marriage because I had that option.
Right. So it's like I'm not going back. I'm not going backwards.
And because I know what that is like, and I've had that dynamic before, I'm not about to go back because you want me to be monogamous. I don't want to be monogamous.
Right.
Monogamy to me, I was watching a live earlier and they mentioned that people are comfortable with being okay with cheating, but they are not comfortable with poly, and that's or being non-monogamous or however you want to look at it. And that's interesting because I actually converse. Okay, so there's this married guy that I talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and I've discussed with him like maybe you need to talk to your wife, blah blah blah. He's like, I don't know, I don't want to lose her, but
Ooh.
you are considering a whole affair. You don't think that's a possibility of loss either. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm like,
And it's so selfish. It's so
if
selfish.
we fuck around, and I told him that, like, what you're choosing to do is really a selfish thing. It's selfish to yourself. It's selfish to her. You know what I'm saying? But if we choose to move forward in this situation, you're having an affair, and you could possibly lose your wife.
Yeah.
If you choose to have a conversation with her, at least you are giving her the opportunity to make a decision.
And not
You
feel
have
like
an affair, you don't give her that fucking opportunity.
and not
And
feel
he was
like the joke's on you or the joke's on
right.
her.
And he was like, you got a point. You right. I do give her an opportunity, but still you
I'm not gonna
want
tell her.
to pursue an affair. It's weird to me
Yeah, it is.
that you want to do that.
It's not
Because and then what's the most interesting part is that this individual always like to post Bible scriptures.
and those be the ones that be the most hoes. Like it's so
And I just be like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I get it to a certain extent, but at the same time too, like, either way that you choose to do this, you are possibly losing what you are fear of losing
exactly.
anyway.
And it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. And my whole thing is the same. It's like that's why I'm so honest, and I'm a little too honest, I realize. Like you said, I'm not too honest. I'm too honest at the beginning stages. I'm too honest up front. But it's like what I give and being blunt and honest, I want someone to give me the same thing. And I've never had that with the exception of two situations, one being a friendship and one being somebody, I like being the cop. The other friendship being like with TJ. That's the only time I've ever felt like somebody is going to tell me, somebody being a male is going to tell me exactly what I need to hear, not what I want to hear, even if it hurts. And I don't feel like a lot of people bring that kind of energy into their relationships. Like, look, I know I might risk losing my mate, but if I don't tell them how I genuinely feel, I'm losing myself as well as potentially losing them. And it ain't worth it. And I think people get into a mode of being selfish and scared, and they just be like, I'm not willing to risk it, so I'm gonna do the sneaky shit. And I just feel like that's such a scumbag ass shit. Like I was telling Shorty, I was like, yeah, the months where I don't talk to you, I'm in a relationship. I'm totally in a relationship. He like, that's why this gonna be the last time, blah blah blah. But I'm like, my whole thing is I don't cheat. Like I don't do that. If I'm genuinely dating you and only dating you, I'm not about to sit up here and entertain nobody else, because I don't want to bring that kind of energy into my situation. Even if I do want to fuck him and stuff like that. Not saying I don't want to or wouldn't like to have a husband and a boyfriend, because that's what I really want. But like,
I'm with the shits.
right, on a husband or boyfriend. No, because I truly mean it. I truly mean it. But at the same time too, it's kind of selfish because I don't want them having nobody else. Like,
Hey, your situation is where if they're okay with it, because me and Sean's situation was I could have a girlfriend, but he wasn't.
he didn't want nobody else.
Yeah, he didn't want nobody else.
He didn't want nobody
But
else.
I wouldn't have been
Cool with
like
it, even if he did.
No, I wouldn't have been against it.
If he wanted another female,
yeah, I wouldn't have been against it.
I still would have jumped the bitch, but okay. Like girl, bye.
I will say that's one of the things that I do. I did appreciate about me and Sean's relationship is that we were so open and honest with each other about when it came down to our sexual needs or trying to explore who we were in different aspects of the relationship or whatever. I appreciated the fact that he was open to listening.
Yeah.
And I was open to listening, and we allowed ourselves room to talk and try things.
Yeah.
So that
huge.
That is. I appreciate that a lot. That is really something that you don't find that often.
No, it's not.
Because back to me, when I say that I want to be non-monogamous and then I don't have people who understand, because what I get a lot is I don't like to share.
Right.
Okay.
And I've said that a couple of times to somebody.
The funny thing is that I be like, so are we talking or no? And then I get, I still talk to you, no problem. But then when they start catching more and more feelings, then it's like, well, you don't want to be monogamous, and it's like, but I told you that already.
Right.
It's not going to change because we continue down this road. So either you want to continue down this road with the dynamic that I want,
or we're not going to do this.
Or you want to learn more about the dynamic, or we don't have to have nothing, because I'm not going to sacrifice what I want. You're not going to sacrifice what you want. So what the fuck are we doing?
Right. So you know who Tall Boy is? You know who Tall Boy is for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so explain
that situation. Tall boy there is.
Explain. You're right. Explain that situation to me, because like I don't get that. Like it was somebody I was messing around with, like what 2020 and 2021-ish or whatever. But like explain that whole scenario to me, because like I get it, but at the same time too, it's like if we're saying we're not doing anything in regards to boyfriend girlfriend and stuff like that, and we're just this, what's with the energy? Like what's with, I just still don't understand.
I don't know, because ultimately you said you felt like he really didn't like you.
And that's how I felt. Like, that's how I felt. And it's like, what the fuck?
And I feel like if you felt like that, then it must have some truth to it, because that's how I feel. Like,
that's how I felt too. And I feel like it was more so like me as a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, how do you feel a way about a bitch and you a full grown, like, man, I don't understand that. Like, why are you even fucking with me? Then on top of it, when I cut you off and stop dealing with you, you want to hit me up periodically and shit like that and be like, I miss you and I miss my friend and all this other shit. And it's like, how? Because you had me and you was trying to treat me like shit. And because you saw I dipped, as soon as disrespect even came into the picture, like, who the fuck is going to deal with that? Like, I don't understand that. Like,
But you know, also you said with that individual that he you said that he damn, I didn't forgot what I was about to say because the wine kicking in. You said with that individual that he I don't know, that whole situation y'all had was odd.
like, what the fuck? And it's like, it wasn't supposed to be anything like that. Like, what is with you? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is with you? Oh my God, get out of my live, T. This is the guy that I work with. Get out of my live. Get out of my live, T. Ain't you supposed to be at work?
Get out of our live. Why you not at work?
Right. Like, why is you on my live and not at work? What you doing?
I'm trying to figure out why you not at work and you on live.
Okay. No, I'm not at work because the weather was crazy and I couldn't drive up to no, yes, get out of my live, T. Get out.
T is he and he is T. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting name.
I mean, you'll see.
Sorry, y'all. I gotta buck my eyes because they low.
T is he and he is T. Your name is you would do the extra. Oh, you did go on a stress leave? They did give it to you? How long are you on a stress leave?
Oh, that's nice.
First off, let me tell you something about T. T don't give a fuck, okay? Like, he be at work and just be like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't about to work. Like, when I say he shuts the whole line down and don't care, and the management be, like, so irritated because he know how to work the system and do whatever the hell they want to. 90 days, they gave, oh, my God. That's
damn, I need to work where you work at because my job only fucking gave me 60 days
way.
and I'm
they gave you 90 days.
I'm sorry. They gave me 45 days and I lost 2 fucking family members.
Oh
Ain't
my
that some
God.
shit?
They gave you 90 days. That's what's up though. Cause I was wondering where your ass was because I was there yesterday, but I ain't paying. Pay you lying. They paying you too. They giving you 60% or what they giving you?
He probably get 80% or 100%.
Oh my God. First off, this motherfucker is crazy. Let me tell you this. This motherfucker crazy as hell. I ain't gonna get into T and his business or whatever, but he is crazy as hell. Like for real. But
I could see his name is
85%
crazy.
you lying.
His name crazy as hell.
You'll see why his name is crazy if you go to his page. Cause he's unique. Don't do me. Whatever. First off, this is my best friend, and this is one of my friends at work. Like, T is literally one of the few people I actually talk to at work. First off, it's people that hate me because they hate T because T don't be wanting to work and don't be giving a fuck, and they be like, he don't want to do this or he don't want to do that, and then they be talking shit, and I just be like, I don't give a fuck. Can we just work and get the fuck on? Like, y'all niggas is sweating a motherfucker that clearly don't care. Like, what's the point of complaining and shit like that? Like, let's just go to work and get the shit done and over with. But because I started being cool with T, like just talking while we on the line or whatever. Like, one of the managers like started like feeling away, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, for real, you know. And then they started sending me to the other team because of that shit, and forcing him to work a job that they know he hate and shit like that. But I was like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm hired in now, bitches. What you growling about?
It's 1:10 in the morning, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Don't even start flirting with my friends.
You can flirt with her friends.
No, you cannot.
Is you cute? Inbox me at Arouse Boutique.
Nah.
It's the fucking one. It's the fucking one.
My friend.
Yeah, I'm tired. So wine mixed with tiredness.
Oh my God. Don't inbox my friend T. Stay away from my
at
people.
Arouse Boutique.
Stay away from my people. Whatever. First off, we about to end this live because this crazy ass nigga on here. First off, I cannot. But no, we'll get into more later.
90 days. Hit me up. It's like, no, let me stop.
Y'all irritated. Oh, you said you're beautiful, by the way. Oh, you talking about me? Listen, first off, listen.
Oh, you were talking about her. See,
And
she is
he
being a
said,
motherfucker.
first off, thank you.
Don't say but your friend too, because I thought you was talking to me
I thought you was
originally.
talking
You
about
ain't
my
got
friend
to.
too, but thank you. But
You
first
ain't
off,
got to.
no, thank you, appreciate it. But look, first, let me say this. I think T kind of called me the other day because he got a fat ass, and I know he hated it, and I don't care. I don't care.
I like big booty.
I was staring and stuff like that. So he like, what is you doing? I'm like, mind your goddamn business. Or whatever, but I couldn't help it. Because it's like, he getting rid of it, and I'm trying to convince him to give it to me. Like, give me your ass.
Why would you do that?
Yes, give me your ass. No, you stop. Give me your ass. You'll see when T inbox you. Why?
Nah, he was gonna inbox me because he was talking to you.
You shut up. No.
I'm about to get off this
I'm
live
about
because
to
I'm
get off
sleepy.
here too. T, enjoy your 90 days stress leave. You is a finessing ass motherfucker. Because I swear to God, you got like 20 lives like a fucking cat. Okay? Because they be on your heels and your ass said, nah, bitches, I'm taking 90 days off. Like, who does that? Who does that? Who does that?
He is he.
T does that.
Clear.
Y'all is crazy. Have a good night. Bye, T. Enjoy your time off. And Tamika,
Good
I'll
night,
talk to you
everyone.
tomorrow. Just hit me up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all.